Namaste all. Delighted to see everyone present here to welcome Jaidebai, Pratibhabai and Karishbai and the whole team who did this most significant, most historic walk. 563 kilometers. Wow. And a 60 plus. even more impressive. Jaidebai, when you first told us about it, we were delighted, but I honestly, personally was a bit worried to say, how are they going to manage? And he has proved us that age is not an obstacle. Really, such a shining example. Age is not an obstacle. And really, for me, the lesson for us all is if we put our mind to it, and if we put our faith in the Almighty, as Jaidebai has often said, it's only through the grace of Bhagwan Sri Lakshmi Narayan that it was possible. So it's a lesson for us. Jaidebai, and thank you for that most valuable lesson. Pratibhabai, I was worried with her back problem. She can't even sit properly. And she managed 563 people. Pratibhabai, I can't tell you how. Jaidebai is one thing, but you've set a new standard for all the ladies and even for the men. Look at them, they're glowing, they're shining. It's so wonderful to see that. So without further ado, we call upon Jaidebai to share the journey with us. There's two TV screens on the side where you can see the photographs. As Jaidebai is talking, we have just requested that he at least show some photographs of the various towns, and it just makes it that much more interesting for us all. If it's difficult for you to see, please come forward. You can bring your chairs forward closer to the TV.
This one is mine.
By all means, please do so. Without further ado, Jaidebai, over to you.
Namaste everyone. Lakshmi Narayan Bhagwan ki jai.
Jaidebai, before you start, I forgot to mention Harishbai. I'm so sorry, Harishbai. It was just as impressive, and you were with them all the way through. What a great support, and what a great achievement on your part as well. Thank you. Let's give him a round.
After my talk, I'm going to disclose some secret about. So, okay, once again, Lakshmi Narayan Bhagwan ki jai. Vittalana So I'm not doing all this formality, everything. Just come to the point. The pilgrimage place, as you know, is Pandharpur. And the temple deity in Pandharpur is Bhagwan Vithalnath, who is known as Pandurang as well. And that's why Lakshmi Narayan Bhagwan ki jai and Vithalnath ki jai. Okay? Most of you, I have shared the whole story with my family, and in the interest of time, my younger brother is there. So I'm quoting Anil Bhai. In the interest of time, I'm not going to share that story. But yes, what made me to walk? What is the inspiration? What is the inspiration? That definitely I would like to share with you. But what provided me the strength, that definitely I need to share with you. And that's my Guru. Can you see that or not? No. Okay, thank you. Again, the name is, my Guru's name is Pandurang Shastri Athavale, and I belong to that Parivar, which is known as Swadhyay Parivar. In that Swadhyay Parivar, when we listen to our Guru, we call him Dadaji, and in that talk, Dadaji has mentioned about the one hymn which is known as Pandurangashtakam, the 8 verses which is written by Shankaracharya, Acharya Shankaracharya. And in one of the stanza is this is how it starts. Okay? Feel that they are completely lost, but God seems to assure that the worldly life is only wasting by standing in that pose, placing his hands to the waist. This is the picture of Bhagwan Pandurang. This is the deity there in Pandharpur, and if you see there, okay, the Bhagwan's hands are like that. That stands out what I told you. Nitambah Karabhyam. So, if I have to interpret for myself, then I'll say, okay, it's only 500 plus kilometer. Please come, walk. So that is the inspiration that I really wanted to share with you. Okay. Now the next, if you see that Satyanarayan on the screen, you can see that. Okay. Normally, before we start anything, it's always nice to have the prayer for Satyanarayana Katha, which we did in our mandir at my Gaam. that is Satyanarayana Katha, that was the day before, and that all the photographs. Myself and Chetan Bhai, my younger brother, at that. Okay? Right. Now, on the 10th, if you can see, getting ready. We are all, okay, those from the Gaam, those who can manage, they came, okay, and all our seven members, myself, Pratibha Ben, my brother Chetan Bhai, his wife, Harish Bhai, and my two sisters, are there. So, we are getting ready for that, okay. They started, we are outside. Okay. That's the vehicle. And that's Chetan Bhai. We carry the small murti of Bhagavan Vitthala from our mandir till Pandharpur. Okay. This is the first place, the village called Arnala. And we have got accommodation by the mandir called Kalyaneswar Mahadev, that's the mandir, okay. And on the first day, we walk for about 22 kilometers. Okay. We started our walking about 8:30 onwards, and we reached there about 3 o'clock or something. Okay. Now, here, on the first day, I would like to share good taste, let's say, from the Bhagavad. On the serious note and on the lighter note, because I am in the mandir, okay, it's not nice to disclose, but end of the day, I'm human, okay. So even if we have put the prasad there, for the argument's sake, there is a banana, okay. Before you pick up the banana, they'll say like this. Is it alright or not? Okay. So the prasad is there, we are in the mandir, and still we'll check. Banana alright, check it nothing. Now Bhagavan wanted us to reach to Pandharpur. Don't you think he's going to taste me? First day. Okay. We just reached that the Gaam called Arnala. And Pratibha was sitting on the chair one side and I was at one side, and she told me that can you bring that her book from that vehicle. Here we call Kombe, in India that is known as tempo truck with 17 seaters. So I was but reluctant. And obviously the reaction from Pratibha and okay, I will go. That always happens. Husband, wife, that always happens. And then let me go. So I opened the door of that vehicle. I put my right leg on the step, and before I put the second leg, the door came. And from my ear, okay, and it was bleeding. I got injured. Okay, I had to treat myself. Okay, put bandages, this and that. But what I want to say that Bhagwan tests you, and yes, he finds the way also. Otherwise, when I was talking to Varda and a friend of mine other there, with this kind of injury, I did not take even a single, of course I got the bandage and everything, I did not take any single painkiller. There was no swelling, and believe me, the next morning I have to walk, putting the socks and khakis and this and that. His grace. His grace. It's not possible. It's just not possible. It's not possible. But as I told you, it tests us. And we have to prepare for that. You have to prepare for that. So that's the first day experience. Okay. That's the Gaam called Arnala.
That's true.
Come again, I didn't listen to you. So next day, this is a mandir, there is a temple deity, is the Ganpati Dada. And then where this place, on the left hand side, you can see the 2 rooms. We stayed there, okay. And the mandir, next day we were leaving for another day. That's our vehicle. Okay, fine. So the second day, we walked another good couple of kilometers, 24 kilometers next day. The next day we were there in the place called Kaprada. Those who understand Gujarati well, the word Kapru means troublesome. And the village name is Kaprada. We had to walk 24 kilometers and our understanding, I'm using the word walk, but we have to climb the hill, the mountain. It was really challenging. It's really challenging. And there, we got that the residence school. It's called tribal area. In India, it is known as Ashram Shala. So we stayed there. They provided big hall, and the toilet facility for some of them, and for the ladies, there the rector of that school, that Ashram Shala, the lady was there, and she provided her room for them for the washroom and everything. And myself and Harish Bhai has to bath outside. But it's fine. But that night, that particular night, they have made very good. The picture is not that so good, but it was puri and sikand and paneer and everything. So we got the good food. Especially for me and Harish Bhai. The rest may not interested, but me and Harish Bhai. And then I was just talking to that lady who is there. Then I have come to know that I know her. Even I went for her mama's wedding quite a few years back, somewhere in 87. So we know each other. Then the next day, we went this place called Sudharpada. It is, the Gaam name is Sudharpada, but when we found it's even more than Sudharpada, another 7 kilometers. So that day we walked quite a bit, and that is 30 kilometers. We walked for 30 kilometers, and you just keep on walking. Of course, whenever you get chance, you can take a rest, and if there is nothing, then go to the vehicle and take a rest there. And that place is called Sudharpada. It's a little away from Sudharpada. We got some teacher's house, and there was a stove. We slept there, and my sister, and then they cooked khichdi. We had the khichdi. But that place, even though the basic necessity is still they are taking about the water, but so be it. Okay. Then the next day.
Chenappa, you need to scroll here.
Yeah, I'm going to do that. That's the video. The place called Pet. Now we already entered in Maharashtra, province called Maharashtra. Till the Sudharpada, the province is Gujarat. Then we entered in province called Maharashtra. That day, we didn't walk that much. It's about 17 kilometers or so. And the place we got to stay, that is known as Sangameshwar Mahadev. And we got the room, and again my sister, they cooked roti shak, and it was a pretty good place. And we were mentally prepared for whatever it is, so that's fine. Now, the next day, on the 14th, we left from bed. And those who were following my message, I'm not saying you are not, you were, but if you have noticed that, okay, in all 4 days messages, I have written, we have done this much kilometer, okay. On that day, 5th day, which is 14, I written our team has done, meaning what? Was flat. I walked for about 10 kilometers or so, again another test. I walked for about 10 kilometers. It's go down and uphill, and there's a village called in between named Kotambi, Kotambi, Kotambi. We waited for some tea and everything, then I was not feeling well. And Harishbhai and Chetanbhai, they are always right. I mean, in terms of age, Harishbhai is the eldest among us, but he is the youngest. Harishbhai was chasing me. You want to do it in 21 days, don't do it in 21. So, the one fine morning, I put my head on his shoulder. I said, tell me what you want to do over there. Even if we reach there 4 days early, or 5 days early. I said, no, we'll reach there. So that's the secret about Harishbhai. He was the fastest and the youngest among all, because age doesn't matter. Age doesn't matter. So, as I told you, the Harishbhai and Chetanbhai, they were ahead, and then I called them. They came. Okay, I said, look, I won't be able to walk. I'm sick. We decided, jumped in the car, the last seat, put the blanket and slept. So if you notice, the 2 days, the message was that our team has done. Not me. Our team has done. So there were 2 days where I could not walk. So that day we got, we were supposed to have some, according to Google map, we were supposed to get something, the place called Ambedkar, but we did not get anything, so kept on walking, and there is a place called Gaam. The shop in front, and behind the shop there was some new building, 2-room. We hired that, slept there. The basic necessity were there, so it wasn't bad, and we requested from that Gaam, the lady cooked for us. Of course, it was paid service, but at least we got, and our sister, the ladies did not have to do that. The next day, the 15th, okay, again we were supposed to have something, and to get something in the place called Ramsej. We did not get, kept on walking, and the suburb of Nashik is known as Panchavati, and in the Panchavati there is a hotel called Rao, R-A-U, not our Rao University, okay, Hotel Rao. We hired to room there. The manager, come everything, is Mr. Patil, Rahul Patil. He looked after us very nicely, and that was the second day for me that I was sick. Then there was not far from that our hotel, this Hotel Annapurna. We ate there for 2 days because the next day we were taking rest. Okay. Now what happened? The next day we were. I was fit. So let's walk. And Chidambai got sick. Chidambai got sick and said, that you must have seen that message. We have to send him and his wife, call the transport from Navsari again, send him, and again then we, and his wife, Pradipabhen and my two sisters started walking for the next destination. And that is, we walked for about 18 kilometers. And you pass from that city. You really get tired with the traffic, not physically, because it's crowded, full traffic. And cover about 3-4 kilometers, the vegetable market on the road. Okay? And as my instructor, Mr. Vallabh, Jayant Vallabh, he has told us that, okay, walk on the opposite side, so at least you can see the traffic coming from the front. So we're walking, and now the whole 3-4 kilometer is the lane with the vegetable market. Okay, people who are buying or bargaining, or those who are just checking. Okay, and in the India, such a country that 80% people have the mobile phone. And out of 80% people, 70% are always busy. Be it scooter, be it car, bike, they even text while riding the bike. Text message. So they don't worry about themselves, but we have to worry about ourselves. And we walked. And the place called Gaam, we hired a room there, one room, that is known as Raj Residency, and for that we walked for 17 kilometers that day, 17 kilometers. And that's the photo for the Gaam, that's the petrol station there, and that's the place where we are staying on the first floor. Okay. Now, next day, 18th, we have to go for another destination. And that is the village called Sinnar, Sinnar. Sinnar. And of course, because we have nothing, and we just following the Google map, and the Google map shows that, okay, here is a hotel, okay? And that's a restaurant. And you walk there, and you don't find that what is there. And as usual, Harishbhai walks ahead all the time, okay? And this particular, if you can see that, that's before we reach the Sinnar, the temperature was 32. We always enjoy the full moon, this is full sun. It's about 32 or 34, something like that. And we climbed that hill, and then me and Pradipabhen sat on that so-called bus stop and just rested for a while. And then we started walking again towards the Sinnar. Now, as I told you earlier, that if you follow the Google map, that might take you to a restaurant. it happened with us. Not all the time, but it did happen with us. Then one outlet in Maharashtra that is very known as Jhunka Bhakar, but we have that KFC and McDonald's here. Particularly in Maharashtra, there is a Jhunka Bhakar. They give the food with that reasonable rate to everybody. So I said, let me approach this person. So I went there on the till. I said, look, I introduced myself, yeah, pilgrimage. And in Marathi, that is known as Wari. If you take a walk and go there, that is known as Wari. And I, not 100%, but at least 50-60% I can communicate in Marathi. So I told him, and then he said, he said, what are you looking for? I said, look, I want to spend night with my rest of the members. It can be anything. It can be mandir, anybody's stoop, anybody's house, rest house, hotel, anything. He said, rest house is fine. I said, fine. So that's a little bigger village, Sinnar. So government rest house is there. I said, you go this, and then if you have their ID group. I said, no, I got my ID group and everything. So again, we started walking on the kilometre or something like that. We went there, and the rest house, luckily or whatever it is, it was Sunday. So no so-called sahib were there. You have to deal with that tune. But that worked out in my favor. His name is Dollar. I said, he need a room. And then he said, how many people? I said, 500. 5 people. I said, okay. 1,500 rupees. I said, I will pay you 1,200. Because he was getting all over me, That's fine. Okay, then come. And the rest of the all members were still in the car or outside. Only I think me and Hajbhai were there. Because Chetan Bhai was not there, right? He opened the door. Okay. As if the whole army of mosquito were waiting for us. We had no choice. I can't ask even the ladies that are we going to keep these or not, because we had no choice. Because we walked quite a bit. And good son, I said, fine. But Drew was all right. The basic facilities were there. And then he put that mosquito repellent, and we had all that machar agarbatti and everything. So it got settled. we took the rest and shower, and it was reasonably good in the evening. From that place, it's part of the Sindha, but that's on the highway. We went there, a place called Sanskriti. We ate there, such a nice place. We ate there, and we were coming back to that rest house. And the rest everybody, because Harishbhai has finished that particular day's walking, so everybody was in the car. Me and Pratibha were walking, because we still have to achieve the target for that particular day. So we were walking, and 3 youngsters, all 3 were on the bike.